Okay guys, I couldn't stay away, so welcome to Seeking Happy. We are going to open another Pocahontas set of cards. So I've got our cards that we have been collecting here, and we're going to see what we can add to the collection. If you're interested in any more background information, just kind of what I'm doing here, or information about the cards themselves, anything like that, I give a more thorough introduction in the first of the series. So you can go back and check those out if you would like, and if not, we're just continuing the fun here. Okay, so in our pack here we've got what I'm guessing is going to be the character card of Cocoam, because it is a really beautiful centered portrait of him, which we haven't gotten yet. He drives so much of the story. Really great kind of, I want to say kind of unspoken character, because although we know a lot of his context and what he means for Pocahontas and for the tribe and for the story, he actually speaks so little in the movie. So much so that when he does speak, specifically to Nakoma, asking where Pocahontas is and saying that, you know, they're trying to keep her safe, he seems so much more friendly than I would have thought that he would be, because I guess, you know, it is just that I feel like it's more about who he is to the tribe and to Pocahontas than, you know, the movie's not about him, which oh my gosh, which I love and respect, because it was such a powerful feminine movie. Okay, so it is his profile card, and there he is on the back. So I wonder if this is his character card. Again, if you've been watching, you know this is my least favorite character, although I don't have this card, so that's always good news. But it's just, look at that grin. He's just so easy to not like here. Governor. So I've been trying to figure out what his title is, but I've been missing his card until now. So Governor John Radcliffe. We'll see if I remember that. I definitely know that's not what I was calling him. Okay, wow. So again, we've got a new card here. Really, really action-packed. And it is when John Smith and Cocoam are fighting. You can see Pocahontas in the background, and although she's very small on the card, because you can see, you know, the size of my palm here, she's very small, but they did make sure to really fully illustrate her reaction, her facial expression to what's happening. Gorgeous but gorgeous artwork. The dynamic pose here and angle and everything is really, really dramatically done and beautifully done. So I'm a fan of that. And then we have the card on the back, Fight to the Death. And the next one is going to be that little middle series, which I believe we did have all three now. So it's Miko giving the little biscuit to Percy in kind of a peace offering. So that's cute. Okay, so for the pop-up, we got Miko, who we did not have yet. Here he is with his little biscuit, happy face, really cute. I keep saying he. I don't know what they are, but I just always thought that as a kid that he was a guy. And here he is on the back. I guess I'm going to keep saying it. With the tail, all fat. I don't know why the raccoon tails are just kind of, I feel like they illustrate them really cute in this movie. So I guess I keep pointing it out. But anyways, he's adorable. Okay. And then we've got Grandma Willow. And we do have a few of her, but we do not have this one because I have not seen this angry face on her yet. I have, of course, in the movie, I guess. But again, it's always different when you see it as just the still picture. So it's not necessarily an angry moment on the back, so maybe it's just a focused face. She has resting focused face here. Okay, so then on the back, on the next card, it looks like we have the chief addressing all of the people here. So I think that this is right after the moment when the first Native American, or maybe the first Native American gets injured from the colonists. Then he comes out from the little hut or whatever where they're treating him here and tells everybody that the colonists are dangerous and for everybody to stay away from them. And then it's got its little caption on the back. Okay, so this card is an interesting one. So this one is all scenery. There is, you know, no character in it, but I think looking at it that explains why that ending of the movie was kind of separated out because it looks like it's a puzzle piece, and I did not know that, but I'm thinking that John Smith's boat is the one that goes next to this. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. It is a 2-part card. I was not aware of that because luckily I got the important card first, but they kind of connect here, and you're going to get a larger view of the goodbye between Pocahontas and John Smith. Really gorgeous. Again, I just don't know why they didn't put the actual shot where her kind of essence or spirit is traveling over to the boat, because I loved that shot, and maybe they'll have it on another card. But for this 3-card spread, I think that would have been really beautiful. Unless I'm remembering wrong, maybe it wasn't at this particular moment that that happened. And then it looks like the last card in this set is a repeat for us, but one of the most gorgeous moments. So we have this really beautiful heartfelt hug between Pocahontas and John Smith. Let's go ahead and open a second one here and see what we get. Okay, so again, we have this picture of the chief talking to the people. Now, I think that this is a repeat, although this might be a closer up version of it. And it says the first steps towards war. And again, we've got Percy in his little bubble bath with his cherries. I might have to gift this to somebody. My sister has a dog that I called Percy, so, because he's just a little spoiled. So maybe I'll gift him this. And here's the scene here on the back with Meeko. He putting the cherries into Percy's mouth and then gobbling them all up and running off. Really cute. Okay, so what did we say he was? Governor? Here's Governor Radcliffe marching out of, looks like his carriage. So I think this is in the very beginning of the movie before they even get on a boat and go on their trip to America. Oh, I'm excited for the next card. And yeah, here's Wiggins and Percy following behind. And then here we've got a gorgeous, gorgeous card from Pocahontas. And this is when she's sitting at Grandmother Willow right before war breaks out and questioning her path and her role and whether she was right about her feelings or not. And then Meeko hands her the compass. You can see her pose here is in this moment, as you know, very separate from most of the other moments in the movie. Is very meek and uncertain and humble. Her hair is falling beautifully around her, but the moment was kind of one of despair for her character, which again was rare for her. And then in the back she's got the compass, which looked like the arrow from her dreams, kind of reaffirming everything to her. So for our pop-up card on this one, we've got Percy. Really cute character. And I feel like when I punch these out, I mean, if I were to punch them out, then these animals are going to be humongous, right? Sorry, I know that got a little blurry there, but I think we could tell the scale is off there. Okay, so that's our new one. Here's a little behind. And then here we've got a further away view of Pocahontas taking John Smith to go see Grandmother Willow, or maybe they're leaving from there. And on the back is that show off. So I have gotten that card before. That I believe was in the first card deck that I opened from the series. And here's another one that I actually did get in that same pack, I believe, which happens sometimes. This is from the Colors of the Wind song, when they have the 2 hawks that are featured here on the back. And they're lined up in the same way Pocahontas and John Smith are. Really gorgeous scenery. Okay, and then we have Pocahontas talking to Grandmother Willow, and I believe that is going to be a repeat as well. The spinning arrow, so that's when she's first telling her dream. And then the last one here is Pocahontas jumping down from the waterfall in the very beginning of the movie, kind of in her character's introduction. Again, one of my favorite parts. I loved that. She was so gorgeous and graceful to me when I was younger and now. And I love that. That is a repeat. But since we did get a few repeats at the end there, let's just, what do you say we just keep going? Let's fly through one more and see what we can get. Okay, so we did get a new card here. We've got John Smith meeting Grandmother Willow, and in the beginning he was intimidated, so she's kind of peering into his soul there, isn't she? But they had a pretty good meeting. And on the back, when will I see you again? So that was, you know, John Smith and Pocahontas' meeting there. Okay, so wow, this looks like, I was going to say a repeat of the 3-card set of the canoe scene, but this is actually a little different because this is after Pocahontas does take John Smith's hand and he pulls her up and they meet each other, her introducing herself as Pocahontas and him John Smith, and them for the first time getting past the language barrier and actually speaking to each other. And on the back it says "not like you," so those are references to the song lyrics that she sings after that moment. We've got this John Smith by the waterfall already, and that's the back there. And we do have this one as well. Really, really nice artwork, but that is a repeat for us. And right here in the back we have the villagers. And we have a pop-up of Nakoma, who we have gotten before. There she is in the back. Okay, and then here is a new card, John Smith and Pocahontas. And this looks like they're about to kiss. So one of the things I loved in this movie was how she was so firm in her boundaries and just her whole sense of self. But watching it back, I loved it. There are several times in the movie where he kind of makes advances towards her or tries to limit her, or tries to put her in a, you know, kind of a very locked in and really physically even kind of locked in, cornered way of having to make a decision. Basically to talk to him or to kiss him. He does try to hold her canoe to force her to talk to him. And every time that he does that, like setting a, like, no, you're going to talk to me, she kind of just glares at him and then immediately retreats completely out of the situation. So when she does finally give in and kiss John Smith, it's actually a really beautiful moment, and for her, I feel like comes from such a place of power. So I love that. I feel like I could talk about that forever, but just a little reason as to why she was one of my favorite characters. And here is Kocoum right after he catches that moment when they kiss. So it makes me wonder if a card exists where it shows the actual kiss instead of the moment before, but maybe that's a little too adult for these cards. I'm not sure. I would have liked that card. Okay, and then here we've got John Smith, and I believe he's speaking up to Governor Radcliffe, letting him know that they don't need to fight and that the Native Americans are not meaning them harm. Back here we've got Thomas, who kind of watched every move of his and was really affected by him. Then we've got the scene again where they are unable to cure the bullet wound, and we have seen that one. And then the last card for today is John Smith at the waterfall peering up at Pocahontas. So we have gotten this one before, and on the back is one of my favorite photos of Pocahontas. All right, so that's all. We didn't take too long, so that was pretty good. Thank you for joining me, and just keep coming back because I've got tons of fun that I want to share with you. Bye!